concerned about this news of the withdrawal of their Tesco credit card. Some of whom have had it for 20 years plus, have never defaulted on any payments, always been a very good customer, and suddenly they've been faced with this news. Recognising the current strain and economies on household finances, people obviously utilise credit cards for legitimate reasons because they want that buffer. And as you also will appreciate, many people have credit cards for issues such as car hire rentals, where people want to hold a deposit, not pay the money. They just want to hold it, and they utilise the credit card system to hold it, or hotel deposits and things like that. So I think it has got far-reaching ramifications. So that's why I brought the question before the House, and hopefully we can discuss it and see what we may be able to do. I think from the letter that I've seen from Tesco, it would appear that they are now suggesting that we are no longer within the United Kingdom, which I'm quite sure that our position hasn't changed over 20 years. We were never within the United Kingdom, so I'm not quite sure where they're coming from now, but it may be that they're trying to wave the Brexit flag at us, I would think.
Your question specifically relates to what action Enterprise are looking to take. What action would you like to see them take?
Well, I think obviously there would be so many people in this situation, not only with Tesco but possibly other credit cards, that it could well be that they'll be forced into a serious financial situation where it may well be that government's called upon to try and alleviate the situation.
You talked about the strain on the public's finances at the moment. How important is it when we do see things like gas price rises, inflation where it's at, that people have a credit facility available?
I think very important, because a lot of people use it, as I say, for legitimate, not just because you're always on the back foot, but a lot of people use it for legitimate reasons, to budget and the finances. So I think it's very critical. And a lot of you could say, well, not to worry, there are other credit card companies out there that you could possibly go to, but you will understand in the current economic climate, and especially over 20 years, the rules and regulations to obtain a credit card have changed so much that you can't just get one overnight. So it's an increasing worry, and I would say that it's one that we need to, as a government, be seen to at least have some understanding of what's happening.
Now, the provision for customers at the moment is due to end in May. Is that enough notice?
I don't think it's enough. Now, obviously, it's the actual credit facility stops in May, but they've got a longer period, obviously, with interest to pay the money off, which is, I suppose you could say, it's a bit of a help. But no, I think it's something that they could be challenged on, possibly, and say, well, look, give people a little more time. But what we may have as a jurisdiction vis-a-vis Tesco, I don't really know.
Does there need to be a legislative change, perhaps, so that there isn't such a disparity between the UK and the Isle of Man?
It's quite possible that could be, and that would then obviously also include all credit cards that were relating to customers based on the Isle of Man, and that's possibly something that may come up in the discussions once this motion is tabled.